episode 4. We're really excited about this episode because Maria's going to be doing all the editing.
No pressure.
So we'll see how it turns out.
We're gonna show you our home and the way we live, so I hope you enjoy it.
The flybridge on the Lagoon 450. This was one of the main selling points for us for buying this boat. It's probably my favorite area because when we're sailing, people are just sitting up here. We fit like 6 people up here comfortably. Another really cool space on this boat. There's obviously meant to be cushions around here, but these were the only 2 that survived the hurricane. So I got to get a few cushions made up, but there's like really good storage here. Under there is all storage. This is a good storage space. It's pretty huge. This is where a lot of the 450s have the generator. We obviously don't have a generator on this boat. There's a few other things happened in the hurricane, like all the lifelines got ripped off, both of the bow seats were gone, trampolines got ripped up, a lot of the cleats ripped clean straight out of the hull, so obviously there was like 280 mile an hour winds, so the boat took a beating, that's for sure.
Has that tape done the job?
This is our temporary fix because water was flooding into the salon, so we'll just put a bit of 3M tape there. Seems to be doing the trick.
This is the place where we spend most of our time or hang out. When we're a group, we have dinner here, but we have to use a cooler as a seat because we don't fit in this table. So this is our galley. This is where we cook. Sometimes in the morning it's a little bit chaotic because every person prepares their own breakfast. The storage in this boat is really good, which makes our life easier when we're buying supplies for 8 people. Right now we have 2 fridges. This one where we keep most of our fruits and vegetables. We have this one over there when we're 8 people. We have all the breakfast supplies and the beer here. And now I'm just gonna show you our room. So this is where we sleep. This is my side. Full of all my lotions, things for the hair, sunscreen. And this is Colin's side, very basic. Toilet paper and his deodorant. Then going to the toilet is a really good workout for the arms because this is the way we feel it.
So Maria showed you the other side, which is the side that we've been sleeping in, which is the good side. That side wasn't underwater. This whole hull here was underwater to about here. You can see the mold lines here. This was just covered in barnacles and stuff like that. So we've had to do a lot of cleaning to get it to this stage. A lot of the electrical wiring and stuff I had to redo. I basically redid everything that was below the sort of sunken water line. So our mission there was to just kind of get the boat seaworthy enough to leave there and go to St. Martin to do the rest of our work there. And you saw how that sail went in the last episode, so it got smashed up. So behind this toilet is where that massive hole was. So the guy who bought it before me, he took it into the shipyard, he salvaged it, put it into the shipyard, and then kind of put a hot patch over it which is just an outer lining of fiberglass, and then he put it back in the water, so it was floating when we bought it. But we obviously had to really reinforce that for us to be able to leave. So we cut this toilet out and started working away in the water. We didn't haul out, so we had to grind everything right back and redo the balsa core that was there. It was days and days of grinding, and that was kind of our first project on the boat as well, so it was a pretty unpleasant first couple of weeks. But we got it done, and we got it inspected by Edred at BBI Yacht Painters, and he said he'd be happy if one of his professional guys had done a job like that. So that was really reassuring to hear that. And we put the bathroom back in, and seems to be holding. So this is one of the water tanks on the boat. We've got 4 of them, and that's a total of 700 litres of water. The boat doesn't have a water maker on it. I'm shopping around for one, but they're super expensive. If we don't get a water maker here in Martinique, we'll have to carry on cruising the way we have been, which has been actually pretty good. With 700 litres and 8 people on board, we've been able to do about 10 days before we have to fill up again. It's full on military style showers. The girls and the guys, we mainly shower out on the back deck out there. The girls seem to be coping with it, that style, and the guys also. I think some of the guys just don't shower for like a week, but whatever was happening, it was working, so it's not the end of the world if we don't get that water maker. So we keep the drinking water and the showering water separate. So we use the water in the tanks of the boat to just shower and do dishes and stuff like that. This big guy here, and we have 4 20-litre jugs like that. So that lasts us 10 days of drinking water as well. So we've been doing really well with the water on board. So this is our switchboard. This is the 12-volt side here with all your usual switches. And this is the 120 side. That only really works when we're plugged into shore power, because we don't have a generator. But I installed an inverter. It was a Xantrax Pro Watt SW, and that is 2000 watts, so it's 2 kilowatt, and I wired that up to a couple of outlets around the boat, so we've got AC through the inverter, which I installed, which is good. And all the solar installation that keeps the batteries pressed, and then yeah, the inverter's 2 kilowatts, so we can run like rice cooker and toasters and stuff like that. So this is the portside engine room. This is the engine that I did the top end overhaul on. So it's been running great. It's a really big engine room. It's really nice to get down there and work around the engine or the sail drive. So yeah, I like the accessibility down there. It's good. That's our dinghy. I bought it off TMM Yacht Charters in Tortola. What happened was the main boat for that got totally destroyed in the hurricane, but the dinghy was stored in the shed there. So I bought it off them for $1,800. It's a 15 horsepower 2-stroke Yamaha and 12 foot. That's kind of the biggest dinghy that we can fit in our davit here. But it goes good. We fit 8 people on there and we go about 0.5 knots, but yeah, it gets us from A to B. So apart from that one huge hole that they hot patched, which was below the water line, there was damage all up and down the hull on both sides. Extensive damage, like stuff like this. So this is inside the starboard aft cabin bathroom, and so we had to cut the whole, basically the whole hull out there, and redo the fiberglass on the outside, and then redo the core, and then do the glass on the inside. So accessibility is really bad. We were still learning how to use glass and resins and stuff like that, so took a few goes to get it right. But again, we got it inspected by BBI Yacht Painters, and they said it's all good. But so there's stuff like this all up and down the hull. So what we ended up doing was just doing it all the fiberglass work and making sure that it was all strong and everything like that. but we still haven't done the final gel coat layer. So we've covered it with gel coat just to sort of protect the polyester resin on the outside, because UV will damage that resin, but we've only just really smeared some gel coat on top of that just as a protection. So the whole outside of the boat still looks terrible. Yeah, at the moment the boat looks like shit and we get funny looks everywhere we go, but yeah, we're proud of what we've done and we know it's structurally sound, so we'll get that final piece put back on in Panama or somewhere like that. This is the starboard transom, and this whole section here was completely smashed. So we took a mold off my friend Rolf's boat and we fit that in there, and again we haven't done the final gel coat layer, but we've reinforced it and everything like that, glassed it from the inside and the outside, beveled it and everything like that. So again, it's structurally sound, but it doesn't look the prettiest, but yeah, we'll get to that in the shipyard. The main reason we haven't done all the final gel coat is because it was just so hard doing it in the water. We were just over it by the end of it. Stuff like this will be on the outside, will just be so much easier in a shipyard somewhere. So we're going to go to a shipyard, set up scaffolding around the boat and do it properly and smash it out in maybe 5-6 weeks like that, with a couple of guys working on it full time. So just working in the water, and we had boats next to us as well, so we were kind of like wedging our dinghy in and trying to do glass and gel coat work between two catamarans. It was an absolute nightmare, so we just left it at that, and we're having a bit of fun sailing down the Caribbean and over to Colombia, and then off to Panama after that. So like I said, the boat looks a bit shit, but we know she's strong.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode, and I hope you have enjoyed the tour of our home.
If you have any more questions about our boat or want to know anything about buying a hurricane damaged boat, feel free to make a comment or send us a message and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Bye.
Bye.